Well, I actually grew up in Yuma, Arizona. I lived there my entire life until I left for college. I was born and raised there, as was my father. My mother moved there when she was about 13. She was born in Phoenix. In fact, my grandparents came to the Yuma area many, many years ago when they were children from Oklahoma during the Dust Bowl. They settled in Yuma and the Imperial Valley. So my family has been there for quite some time. I grew up in that community, particularly in the agricultural community. My parents, Neil and Beth Bowman, own a farming company there. I grew up doing everything from working in their office to driving tractor. I had my own wheat and steer through 4-H and FFA, showed rabbits at the county fair. Of course, I was involved in lots of other activities as well. I played cello and piano and different things in the community. So after Yuma, I left and came to Phoenix for college. I went to Arizona State University. I started off as an English major, but decided to switch during my first year, so I think I picked the most opposite degree program I could find and ended up in industrial engineering. I kept the English minor though, just for fun, as well as a certificate in international business. While I was at ASU, I was very involved in the campus, everything from being in a sorority to vice president of the student body, and I really enjoyed my time there. After ASU, I went to Columbia University in New York for graduate school. I studied in a dual program there, receiving my JD in law as well as my MBA in business. I focused mostly on transactional work, everything from bankruptcy to general corporate formations, negotiations, that sort of thing. After Columbia, I stayed in New York for a couple of years. I worked on Wall Street, actually as a trader in distressed assets, a very different experience than I ever thought I would end up in, coming from Yuma and the farming community, but a very valuable experience nonetheless, being exposed to that size of deals, those corporate transactions, and it's an interesting experience that I can now bring back to Jennings Strouss. For me, no one in my family is an attorney. I'm the first one of anyone I know who's become an attorney. And part of the reason that I did that was when I grew up in Yuma, your attorney was your friend. It was very much the country attorney, the sole proprietor who knew you inside and out. When I came back to Phoenix, it was to return to that sort of business. And in particular, Jennings is the firm that does that. You have a very personal relationship with your clients. You are their friend and their business associate. But you're also providing them a service and a legal knowledge that equals any of the largest practices you could find in this country. I'm very excited to be back in Phoenix and in that market, and really looking forward to developing those relationships as I go forward in my career and being that country attorney for even the smallest to the largest firms to sole proprietorships here in Arizona.